Hello there, my name is Elijah and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know it's been a while, but we're finally back. This is the first video of the year, and since I value the time of you and I, let us start. Today's topic, we're going to be talking about criticism. And is criticism the way to go? No, in my opinion, it is not. I think we should correct people, not criticize them. When we criticize people, we're just pointing out the wrong things about the mistakes they've done, which is not wrong. Human beings make mistakes, but it is how we say it. It is the way we say it and how it comes off to them. So see this example. There's a boy who has lost his pen. Why did you lose the pen? Why did you do that? You are so careless. Don't do that again. You are a failure for doing that. No, as opposed to, don't lose the pen again. If you lose the pen, you could not have anything else to write with. So take care next time with your pencils that you don't lose them. Now, do you see the difference in feelings that the two examples may evoke? The first one may be more likely to bring about resentment in the other person. The second one might be taken with a bit more regard. Now, the first one will be, they will try to defend themselves. When you criticize people, you kind of bring them to be more defensive. They will try to justify why I did this. But when you have more of a tone of correction, you're telling them, be more appreciative of the things that you have. Do not lose them. For if you lose them, something will happen. But in a good manner that brings them the feeling that you're trying to, and that you care for them and that you're trying to correct them. That is the difference. Now that we have talked about the issue of resentment, let us be careful of how we criticize. Let's not even get first how we should take it. Let us be very careful of how we criticize. We do not want to be hypocrites of how we might say this person is criticizing me badly, yet you do the same thing. So we have to be very cautious with words. Words can build and words can bring down somebody. Even the most high esteemed people can be brought down by simple words from the people they care about, especially relatives. So let's say we make a mistake at some point. Let us try to see the other perspective first and foremost. Let's try to learn from their side. How did they actually see it? Before we try to open our mouth and criticize. There's a story of a father and a son. And so the son has expensive stockings, white stockings. And so he goes to play with his friends. By the time he comes back to the house, the stockings are really dirty. And so the father is really criticizing the son. Why did you do this? You know those things are so expensive. Another instance, the boy goes to school and he loses something and he tells him again the same thing. Why did you lose these things? And the boy makes a lot of mistakes. He's a child and he's learning. Until one day, I think the boy still comes again with the same issue of stockings. The stockings are cleaned, but then he goes again and plays with the friends. And he goes for the son and he pinches him and pulls him back in front of his friends. But as the son goes to bed, he comes and kisses his father on the cheek. And he dawns on his father. Is the father's reward to the boy criticism for being a child? Is the reward you give your son criticizing him more and more for being a boy? Remember, a child is constantly learning. A child is not born with knowledge. He just learns from what he sees. And so, in the long run, you could really see the danger of those words and how they could really affect the child as he grows up. Because even as he grows with criticism, he grows up knowing that he's constantly doing wrong. And so by the end of the day, the father goes to sit by the side of the bed of the son and he says, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for I have always looked at the problem in you. I have never looked at how grateful I am that my son is able to even go and make friends and play with other boys out there. But instead I have chosen to see the mistakes he makes and condemn him for that. And so criticism is something that should not really come out of our mouths. In the context of God, we make so many mistakes, yet He is patient with all of us. He gives us the chance, He gives us grace. We are like that child. We are like that child, constantly going out, coming out dirty, coming back home dirty. Yet He has the patience to clean us. He has the patience to correct us. For His love is like no other. You know, what I've learned is that criticism is like a petted dove. It always comes back home. In everything we do, criticism will always come back to us in terms of hate, resentment, and even vengeance in a way. When we make a mistake, they will criticize us instead of correcting us. Even as a boss, when you criticize your employees, they will hate you until you turn your back, and they will hate you. And so, in the book called How to Make Friends and Influence People, it says, God, sir, has chosen to judge men at the end of their days. Why should you and I? Let us be more careful with our words, and I hope that you have learned something today. Thank you. Have a great week ahead.